What's up, guys? Welcome back. Same place, same person behind the camera, Dan. Hi. So got the old video camera out here again. I'm ready to make another update video. I'm going to try to keep this one somewhat short. I gotta warn though, I have a ton of stuff I'm going to be showing in this video and in future videos. I'm just not going to be able to show it all in one, so I'm just going to have to break this down and save everything else for later. I don't really want to do the two-part videos again anymore as much as I can avoid it, just because those are such a pain to edit, put together, and export. It takes forever, so I'm just going to try to accumulate, or try to put as much as I can in one video here, basically. So I've been working on a lot of stuff for customers. Business has been really hot this summer. I've been working on those CSX locomotives for the past couple months now. I'm getting back into building locomotives for myself again. I've been kind of burned out on that for my own, so I've been getting into kind of back into the groove of things with some big locomotive projects I've wanted to do, and also getting a couple engines going again. I'm going to show one here, and then I got another locomotive I have for a customer. We'll save those towards the end of the video. I also got some rolling stock I'm doing for customers, and I got some stuff from my own. I've been doing a lot of graffiti, tons of graffiti actually, on a lot of Athearn boxcars. So I'll go ahead and show you guys what I have so far. And I have so much, I'll just have to show the rest of it later on. I still got a bunch I got to do, put graffiti and weather on, so I won't even show them yet. You guys will just have to wait till next video. So first things first, I got a couple cars I've accumulated. A friend of mine on Facebook let me know he was selling a couple center flows, and he was kind enough to send me these two Atlas cars to work on and keep, which was, again, very nice of him. Really appreciative of that. And these are the new run of Atlas ACF center flow cars, decorated for the Dow-X chemicals. So with these, I've done some subtle washes down the sides. You guys can see that rust halo effect done with the washes, the chocks. You got the dry brushing effects all along the roof, the top roof contour there. Roof walks are darkened up. The side panel lines, the weld seams are darkened up with the rust grime. I put the reflective sill striping on this car here. And then on the roof, which is my favorite part, you guys can see I've done the chipping, bleaching, what you would think is paint, but it's actually the non-skid coating on top of the paint that's starting to peel, and you get this really cool looking effect. So it's just done with some simple acrylic washes, and then you take Q-tips and blotch up some of it, and it creates this really cool chipping paint effect. As you can see, it looks really nice. The only thing I did to this one also is I put the hazmat number on it. Some of these have those, and I put or upgraded the cars with KD couplers. These have a darker grime tone on the wheels as well. These are cars from Canada, so I tried to have a much more darker earth tone grime color for the wheel faces especially. So instead of using earth brown like I normally do for my wheels, I used burnt umber, which turned out to be a really nice color for this variation. It's very subtle, but it looks really good, and once the powder's on it, it's incredible. So pretty happy with that. That's this one here, this side. Really nice, modern, clean looking cars. And then this side here, not too crazy, not too special, just nice general service freight cars. So that's the first one. The next one is 2164. This one has some graffiti that's been taken off, scrubbed off a little bit. You guys can still see the remnants of it though. It's got some patching. This one has the double set of safety stripes. The stuff on the sill is the old stripes. The stuff on top of the sill is the new stuff. Instead of taking off the old striping when they replace it, they just put the new striping above, around it, whichever. So you guys will, oftentimes you'll just see like the double set of striping on these cars these days. It's a big thing you see on the freight cars nowadays. So again, pretty much the same. It's this one. Pretty much in terms of weathering, also the KD coupler upgrade. This one's got the hazmat number as well. And on this side, you got the really cool patches, safety striping, and this one has the custom graffiti, custom painted on there. Looks really nice. Again, the nice weathering on the trucks. Paid a lot of attention to the detail on the trucks. You got a lot of the dust effects, grime, rust, everything like that. Really like that. Put all the washes on the underbody as well. Took a while, but you know, gotta make sure you get all those nooks and crannies as well. So those are the two center flows. I really like those. Those are my favorite center floors right now. I'm really happy with how those turned out. They're like my new standards for light weathering on modern cars. Something else I've been really big into is custom, doing up some more custom cars. I had a lot of success with the first batch of cars I did, so I cranked out some more. Unfortunately, two I did just recently put together, I sold, so I can't show them here, but if you guys are following me on Facebook, I did post pictures of a few of them. I just haven't had them lately, unfortunately, because I had sold them, so they didn't make it up to this next moment where I could actually pull the camera out and get videos of them. So unfortunately, that's just sort of what happens sometimes. I make the stuff and then I'm not able to show it. So I'll try to show what I do have. One car I recently completed, which I'm really happy with, is a TILX. I think these are hydrogen peroxide tank cars. Now this was a real pain to build. This started as an Athearn 20K acid car, which I cut down. I shortened it from the middle, spliced the two halves back together to create the correct dimension and size for the tank, filled the seams, put all new walkways, appliances on the tops, the hatches, the fittings, etc. Brand new brass railings, stanchions made from scratch, new ladders, all the custom made underbody details, again scratch made. Got the double hazmat placards, which are photo etched parts. All kinds of separately applied details to this guy. Coupler bars, air hoses on the ends, the double placards on the ends. Tons and tons of nice details. As you can see, all done from scratch for this car. Really like it. You guys can see. On this side it has this cool looking pipe as well. It's some sort of like vent pipe or whatever that runs from the top to the bottom of the car. So once I actually built the car itself, then I did the custom TILX two-tone hazmat paint job. So the entire top half of the car is white, as you can see, and then the bottom half is black. Real pain in the ass to mask all that and paint it, but worth it in the end. Really nice. And then I just used a mixture of microscale data decals, and the rest was custom-made Highball Graphics TILX hydrogen peroxide tank car data and decals. So it looks pretty cool. Really happy with it. And then of course I weathered it. So you get the nice weathering on the trucks. Blue bearing caps, lots of mud splatter, wheel spray lines, all those cool effects. There's some rust streaking down there, but again, it's not too crazy. It's very subtle. Very subtle. But you got the kick up on both ends as well, something I took the time to do. It looks really nice. You guys can see the mud splatter on that side, and on this side you can see it a little bit better in particular. You can see all that mud splatter is caked all over the end there. Really nice. Really happy with how this guy turned out. This is the first and only one I'll build, but I really like it. It's another one of those unique prototypes that I've wanted to do for a while. Again, it adds a lot of neat variety to any modern manifest, running these unique looking hazmat cars. So that's the hydrogen peroxide tank car. I'll carefully set that aside. Two other cars I've built are LPG cars. The first one is an ACFX tank car. These are really cool. They have an ergonomic style handrail on the top. I'll get to that in a second though. But complete rebuild from an Athearn car. New plumbing on the underbody according to the prototype. New contours with bolsters. All kinds of extra added details. Basically here and there, just everything. I try to get it as accurate as possible. New ladders on the ends. Custom made walkway supports. Excuse me. Stanchions, really everything. These are all made from brass wire, styrene, everything. Really proud of those. And then on this side you got the full length railing that runs on the top, and it has a really cool looking ergonomic shaped handrail. So I made that from brass, and the stanchions are made from styrene. So you guys can see it runs the length of the car on the top. Really nice. So once I did the build itself, I just custom painted it and decaled it with microscale decals. It took a couple sheets to put the right data together, but once I got everything together, especially like the numbers, the letters, all the right fonts were put together, everything else was just a matter of combining data sheets, like for the LPG stenciling, basically all of the data. So that was a little process, but overall looks pretty good. It's got a nice light weathering, a good bit of wash down the sides from the grime, And then the kick up on the underbody, you got a brand new rusty wheel rather, on the underbody there as well. And I put the little tag, which is a diesel warning label, representing the little, it's like a barcode that are on these brand new wheels, like a tracker or something, I'm not sure. Anyways, put that on there, it's just for realism. And then on this side, you pretty much have the same. I did put the safety stripes on there again, and reflective tape, of course, since it is a modern car. But it's another neat, unique variation of one of these LPG cars that I've done. So that's the only ACFX car that I have, and this is probably the only one I'll do. But it's another unique prototype. Looks really cool. The next one I did is a really cool LPG. This is an early GATX LPG. This one is, again, like the ACFX car. Started off as an Athearn Genesis 33K car. So I put the custom walkways, the railings on there, new railings on the opposite side as well. The walkways are photo etched strips, and then all the stanchions and supports are made from scratch out of brass, cut to size. Quite painstaking, and took a while. But you guys can see the new underbody detailing as well. And this one's really beat up. I'll get to that also in a second. But if we look on this side too, you guys can see that custom made walkway support. So that's really cool. I really like that. Once I got the build out of the way, custom painted it. Did a little bit of light dry brush weathering on this to create that rusty blotched effect. Got the new stencils there for the LPG. Paint patch outs, new data, hazmat placards, all that's done. Got all the grime on the underbody, the kick-up spray, the wheels are nicely rusted up. And then, if you note, the strange looking font, I believe it's called a Roman font. Similar to the SP Rio Grande style font, basically. It's really cool. This particular car is the only one I could find pictures of that have this kind of number, whatever stencil they use for it. So I used a microscale sheet to get the numbers, and that's how I did that. It looks really sweet. Really like that. And then everything else is just regular microscale decals for everything else. And again, a quick look on this side is pretty much the same thing. Number there, the new lettering, stencil patch outs, the data, plate C there, all that was added, of course. Looks really nice. The weathering, of course, is what really made this model come together once the hard parts of building the car and painting it were done. The weathering, I really think, brought the model together, in my opinion. It looks just amazing. So that's the GATX car and the ACFX car. I got some regular LPGs I'm doing right now, and I also got some more of the Trinity walkway kits, so I can start doing more of these LPG builds. Thank God. Plan to re-release the kit with some upgrades, so now I can start doing these again. So I'll be showing more LPGs here in the next video, and of course in the future. Okay, so 2 box cars I'm going to go ahead and show you guys. And like I said, I got a bunch of these I'm doing right now. Some to keep, some to sell. I bought a lot of these. But these are the first 2 I've gotten, and these are going to be going out the door here pretty soon. I've already got buyers for both. Well, actually the one, and then I have another, but I won't show that one yet because it's not even finished yet. But this one here is a fun project I'm going to put on eBay. This is an older Athearn RTR car. This is one of the former Railbox one of the former Railbox cars that went to Union Pacific. I don't know of any of these that actually got repainted into the Building America scheme. It's kind of one of those quick things they threw on one of their older body styles. Athearn did anyways, just to sell a few. But I tried to copy this one as best as I could. Some photos of a different car, not the same car type, obviously, because I can't again find pictures of this style of car in the UP paint scheme. But they did have these. I just don't know what happened to them. Anyways, this one I did tons of fading to get that bleached effect. I rusted it, put the grime on it, tons of custom painted graffiti, got some patching, put the safety stripes on there. This one again, you can see the old safety striping, and then the new safety striping with the primer patches underneath. Run along the car there. New data. Again, there's the rusted up old graffiti. This stuff's really old here on this side of the car. You can see nothing too crazy on the end, just did some scratches, gouges and stuff. Rust, kick-up spray, put the new KDs on there, new metal wheels. Same on this side. The roof came out really good as well. Oil paints, acrylics, chalks. I gotta go over it one more time to take care of the glossiness left behind from the oil paints, but they're just finished drying now at this point, so I gotta touch those up, get it sealed up. And then this side is my favorite. Got a really nice full car graffiti there, and then the new number, data, safety striping, all that put over it. And again, this tag is starting to bleach a little bit, starting to fade down, excuse me. And then you got rust and some scratches, everything else, grime and whatnot, pretty much starting to go down the sides of it. But it should make a nice car. I'm going to put this one on eBay, so everybody will have a chance to get this. I'm not going to put it on the Facebook group, so I'm just going to put it on eBay and see where it goes. So that's the 1305-64. Just a quick look at that guy before it heads out the door here. Second one I've done that I have a buyer for is the CNW 718-182, an Athearn RTR boxcar, a little bit different kind of car. I think this is an FMC, not an FMC prototype. I think it's a PS boxcar. This one I didn't do too much to, other than light weathering, grime. You got rust pits on the side. I did bleached out logo, really crazy looking bleached out logo. It's just bled, I mean, all over the place. Awesome. New patch out data there over some custom painted graffiti. Rust all over the door, the sides, rust spots, streaks, scratches, spots, not spits, spots. And then you got the slight patch there. New number 2 is added, you guys can see. And then the patch there. Got the old safety striping covered up by the graffiti, starting to peel away a little bit. And then new safety striping underneath. Looks really sweet. All hand painted. Looks really nice. And on this side, you got a full car side there. Looks really sweet. Desert background. I did this one off of photos. All my graffiti is obviously, you know, done off of photos, but this one in particular came out really nice. You guys can see all the detail. It took me a long time. This one took me about 14 hours total, I think. Not the worst compared to some I've done, but definitely a lot of work. But a really nice car, so I think he'll really like it when he gets this. And then the roof really looks nice. You get the rusted over panels. Really cool effect. So this one again is pretty much ready to go. These are the first 2 cars I've done that I was going to sell. This one has a home. This one I'm going to put on eBay so far. I got a couple more I got to work on, but I'll show those later. But those are the cars I've done, and they're going to be heading out the door. I got, like I said, a ton more SP, UP, SSW box cars I got to show that I'm working on, and a couple that I finished, but I'm going to save till next video. But you guys won't believe the amount of graffiti I've done lately. I mean, this right here is nothing. This is pretty, really only a couple I've done so far. So I'll show the rest later in another video. Okay, so this video is getting a little long, and I'm running out of memory and battery power on this camera, so we're just going to have to cut it here. I'll just save the other locomotive for later, but we'll wrap up this video with one locomotive I'm doing for a customer. I've just finished it up tonight, actually, as of 30 minutes ago. And I'm going to basically ship it back tomorrow. I've already sent him pictures. He's very happy with it. I've been working on one of the MTH BNSF-9s. Their rendition of the Santa Fe War Bonnet. Check this out. Ain't that awesome? So, basically with this is the MTH -9. I faded it down as a prototype photos. I darkened up the red a little bit, did the washes, multiple washes down the sides, the dusting effects, the rust, the grime, the streaks, all kinds of paint chipping effects on the top of the nose there. And then on the cab side, you guys can see the amount of rust. The trucks are caked in crap. Fuel tank's all scratched up. It's covered in grime, diesel, fuel, grease, streaks everywhere. The battery box doors are hosed with rust. Got the darkened grills, faded down, toned down that bright silver, and the logo on the hood there. Excuse me. Rusted up the sills. There's the rear truck. Only thing I got to do, I got to clean up the walkway steps there to make them a little bit cleaner. So you guys can actually be able to see the yellow. since it's a safety requirement. But all the grime and everything on the sides is done with various washes built up, layer upon layer upon layer. I literally spent 2 weeks just putting washes on this thing. It took forever, but looks good. I'm really happy with the results. But you guys can see all that on this side. On the front pilot, you got a great accumulation of rust, dirt, grime, mud, splatter streaked up all over. Rusted up the coupler of the pilot there. You guys can see the scratches from the hoses. The hoses will sometimes be swinging, like the air hose especially will pivot, and it'll put all these scratches on the plow, which is really neat, really cool looking effect that I did. You guys can see that. Looks really sweet. Got the rusted up pilots, the kick-up spray, hitting up those, and we got a little bit of it bleeding up onto the walkway, onto the ditch light lenses. Cab grimed up pretty good. There's the shot between the number boards. You guys can see it's darkened down, faded a little bit. Got the grime on the nose. On the cab roof, tons of grime. All kinds of really sweet looking rusting, bleaching chip effects. I'll go really slow across this so you guys can see get the full effect. It looks amazing. Darkened grills, blacked out exhaust, just all over the top there. And on this side, we have pretty much the same. Got a brand new BNSF AC unit. Some paint chipping on this side. Fuel tank, trucks, all that's done up from prototype photos. There's the rear pilot. But that's the BNSF-9. Real quick look at that. Amazing engine. Runs great. Looks great. Can't wait to get some photos of this up on Facebook. But that's everything I've been working on. I got a ton more projects coming later on, guys. You guys can stay tuned for more. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram. Dan's Custom Trains is my Facebook group. Cool Hand Dan 05 is my Instagram. So you guys can check me out there. Follow my work here on YouTube as well. And stay tuned for more. And until next time, take care.